So for the next run, let's try out, you know, it's just a skin, but let's try out Silicy's Christmas costume. Why not? Tis the season, I guess. Should I play Invade or Snow? I guess Snow makes more sense, you know, thematically. So just do that. And I've been told apparently you can unlock a new costume for Terra if you beat the game on Hell Mode 7. I don't know if like the newest update allows you to toggle Hell Mode. I don't know if you do this, does it count? I guess we'll see. If it doesn't unlock anything, then whatever. It's fine. Let's see. There. That. Let's change the seed actually. What do I change it to? I'm thinking in my head like something Christmas themed. Right? I never actually touched this. It doesn't really matter, but I wonder if you just put like Christmas. It doesn't do anything most likely, but it just like randomizes it into a certain way. And it's more Christmassy, you know, but not really. It's a Christmas theme run. Let's try it. Now, how do I use her thing again? How do I even use her again? She does like a dash, right? So like, I don't know. I have to do that before she goes. Let's do that. Okay. You can do that. So she's definitely frost base. Ideally, you want frost stuff. So this time, I'm probably not just gonna get, you know, any kind of spell willy-nilly. If possible, I want to focus on frost because I actually want to win if possible. I mean, I am gonna. Well, I won last time anyway, but last run was just for fun. This time, I actually want to try and just do things properly. But here's Meltdown, by the way. This actually works because this does actually synergize with frost. Let's get that one. All right. And anything else? Spell Thief License. Heal 1 HP. It's very rare that you need to remove a spell. Exactly. Let's get max mana. Risa, maybe using a seed blocks you from unlocking stuff. A lot of games do that. Really? I wonder if that's the case actually. Well, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't know that was actually a thing. I just wanted to use a seed because you know, it's appropriate. Let's see here. Do that? That doesn't really work. It touches the face shield. The face shield, by the way, it's like a weird spell, but kind of works with Silicy. Is the fact that it gives you a bunch of shield, but if it touches something, you lose that shield. But if you're Silicy, then obviously you can manipulate it so that if you do it on their side of the playing field, you can actually make it so it misses entirely. It gives you just keep the shield. It's great. Okay, I gotta remember the timing for this. There's this spell called Zenith, like that. Okay, you gotta hit it like almost right before you dash, I think. Poison Dart, Fire. There is this artifact that we got last time actually that interacts with frost and poison. So you know what? Sure, why not? It doesn't hurt, hopefully. Oh yeah, also by the way, let's see, can I... There you go, oh yeah. The same way you dab with Saffron, you can actually do a little animation with Silicy. I guess she spins and turns into a snowman. Amazing. Wow. Let's see here, do that. Look at the thing though. Ow, damn. Those things are always tricky. I gotta remember what they do. Although I forget sometimes. Forget, and therefore I die. Shatter Saw, Tri-Rag, Revenge. Shatter Saw is like always good, so let's get that. Get mana regen. Alright. You know, what do I talk about now? You know, to be honest, I feel like I've finished talking about the game. You know, this, again, I said before, but like, the game is good. I have to restate that. But like, there's just nothing else to talk about. What is there to talk about? I don't know. Other than the new stuff. I mean, well, there might be something I might try out actually. Like, it's not really new to the game, but you know, One Step for Mutant does have mods actually. I feel like it's, you know, because it's pretty underrated. It's not a lot of mods, but there is like a bunch of mods that you can get for this game that are pretty cool, and the potential is pretty cool too because you can just add a bunch of characters to the game itself. You know, I kind of was, you know, like very, very, very early on, I was thinking like maybe I would do something, but that's a lot of work, you know, for like very little. I feel like it's very complicated actually. So if you want to make sure your character actually fits in the game. But I was thinking like, you know, adding maybe, you know, from like what was I gonna do was basically just like extract some sprites, you know, like a sprite sheet from like another video game and kind of put it in this game, and maybe that would kind of fit, you know. But that's fine actually. And I don't want to do that because, you know, because other people have already done so and way better than I would do. I feel like is my thing. Tutu is new, by the way. It was really hard to time this. I think it deals 100 damage to nearby enemies when you shuffle. If you time it correctly, you can do some damage, I guess. But sure, why not? I'll get it. You shuffle like this, yeah. Just do shuffle damage. Hiya, hiya. Actually, can you do? Well, you can do this, by the way. Ha ha. 100 damage. 100 damage. I mean, in a way, you could like maybe manipulate that. Actually. Hiya. you do it like a spin. It kind of works like that. Wee. Hiya. Turn into a snowman though, which doesn't make sense. Spin. But yeah. But I was saying about mods though. I was thinking like there is. Well, I mean, plenty of mods that are pretty good. A lot of them are Toho characters, by the way, for some reason. I guess people like the idea of adding a Toho character. I mean, just in general, actually. There's always like a Toho mod for every game that is moddable, I feel like, for some reason. People like putting Tohos in video games. So there is one mod that I checked out that looks pretty good. I might try it out later. I guess we'll see if I have time. But there's a mod that's called Ophelia, which is basically someone's OC that they modded into the game. That's actually fits quite well, actually. You know, the art style kind of fits, and they're pretty balanced to the game. There's even like a challenge going on, technically, I think, where if you beat the game with like a particular type of loadout, without using any extra, like buying artifacts or using extra spells, then they'll like unlock, they'll like, you know, create a new skin for that character, I guess, as a sort of like challenge to it or something like that. I might try that out. I don't know if I can do it, but it is interesting that they added like a new character in the game through a mod that's basically pretty seamless, and that's what I appreciate actually. You know, modding games in general, like, it sounds cool. I think I talked about this before, probably some other stream. Like, it sounds cool, right? You could just like, oh, you just add so many mods and be like, make the game better and everything. Skyrim in particular. Also, I'm dying. Help. At the same time, though, when you just put like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different mods all together, I did that wrong. Ah, help! I'm dying. I guess she's dead. I didn't want her to die. This doesn't help me. Oh my god. For some reason, that guy I always hate that guy because of the sweeping machine gun attack. Well, this one's pretty good. I mean, either way, it's pretty good. It's like 0, so I'll get that anyway. Survival kit, ice flow. Sure, why not? Get that. I'm just. Oh, who's Saffron, by the way? She got updated in the new patch, so she has all the new spells and everything. Also, she doesn't kill herself as often anymore, by the way. Normally, a lot of times we fought her, she always puts a doll in front of her, which she ends up hitting herself, and that does damage to herself accidentally. Ow. So sometimes she just kills herself. But now she doesn't do that. She just puts it behind her instead, so it's unlikely that she'll hit it. She might still hit it anyway, but... yeah, I was saying something about mods. I'm dying though. I'm not even gonna finish my thought because I'm just gonna die. Just die, please. Please just die, okay. Oh, but then she revives. Damn it. No! Man, I can hit the doll. Okay, finally, alright. I will do pacifist, most likely. So I'm just gonna continue on. Again, this is what I said before in the beginning. Commentary is gonna be sporadic because sometimes I gotta focus and like I just lose my train of thought. But I said something about mods. When you put a bunch of, I did it before, you know, like Oblivions, Fallout New Vegas, Mountain Blade Warband, you know, those type of games. You could just like put out so many mods. It sounds cool. Every single mod by itself sounds pretty cool. But then when you actually play the game, it's always just, it feels like incredibly unbalanced, you know, for one. The game design's all over the place. And sometimes it's just not very consistent, right? Because it just comes from like a million different types of people working on this one mod. They put it all together, it kind of doesn't fit well, you know? The vision of the game kind of gets muddled because there's just so many different things that you're just putting in the game. Especially, I mean, unless you're doing like a comedy thing where you're like, oh, for example, I mean, it's kind of famous, but like, I don't know, putting Thomas the Tank Engine in your Skyrim game, I guess. If you're just going for pure comedy, I guess it's pretty funny. But if you want like an actual like seamless video game experience, however, that's not actually great because now it feels silly to just have this like one mod do this thing and then the other mod do another thing. Like for example in Fallout New Vegas, you know, when you install like a new NPC or whatever, a lot of the time when modders, I don't want to say the effort is bad necessarily, but like when they add a new character in the game, either they don't have a voice, which makes it feel inconsistent, you know, there's like a voice acting in Fallout New Vegas or any kind of like, you know, like if you think of like a typical game that has like voice acting, suddenly there's like a new character that shows up, but it has no voice acting, so it sounds weird because they don't, or the voice is like really bad because they use like a really shitty microphone and they record it in the bedroom and just doesn't feel like very consistent, so you just really notice that it's a mod and not really part of the game. I feel like a really good mod would be a mod that is basically you wouldn't notice that it's a mod when it's inside the game. And that's basically, I just want to summarize, that's how I feel about the Ophelia mod for this game, What's Left for Me. It's a pretty popular one, I think, that you can just basically just go to the Steam Workshop and you'll see it. But yeah, it seems to just look a new character. She can parry, by the way. I mean, I think Reva can parry too, but her mechanic as well also involves parrying, so like, you know, that's also a reason I want to check out the character and that mod. But anyway, what's this? Spells that cost 0 mana give 1 flow. Interesting. I do have one thing. I mean, it doesn't harm me, so I might as well get it. But I have one spell that costs 0. Might as well try that. Might as well put that on. Let's see here. I'd like some health, if possible. That'd be great. Can we just hit that? Okay. Do that. Do that. I've always like freeze, it's ironic, but I always freeze up actually when I use Silecy. Because I'm like, what do? I can't do this thing, so I do nothing. That's what happens like all the time. I don't know why. Because all of her, like, sometimes her spells require her to, like, dash to the other side, and I'm like, well, I can't do that yet because there's, like, projectiles here and everything, so I just gonna get stuck. Here's Circuit. I complained about this before. I don't think this got buffed, so I'm not gonna use it still. Because there's certain, like, there's Circuit, and there's another one, I think, that basically surrounds you with some, like, an energy field, but, like, it's kind of useless because it does so little damage. Like, what's the point? You know, is what I'm saying. And it's just like not great for Silecy, even if it's meant for Silecy, ironically, because it's like a melee range. It's so little damage, it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. Zigzag, Tile Fire, I'll skip these. Let's see. Gave 4 spell power for Max mana. Do I need a spell power? I'm kind of relying on Frost, really. So I don't really need the spell power. I guess max mana. I'm so kind of boring sometimes. I mean, mana regen and max mana just seems like it just works in every build. So like, at least most builds anyway. So there's no reason not to use it or not to get it. That shuffle. Do that. Uh-oh. It's gonna die. It's not great. Kill it. No. Okay, good. I need that health. Let's see. Slow enemies when poison damage is dealt. Interesting. I mean, it's new, so I think I'm gonna get it. I actually don't like slow sometimes. Like, you would think slow is good, but then again, it messes with the enemy patterns and also messes with your muscle memory because they end up kind of going slow. But I don't know. But they move slow, not necessarily their attacks are slow. I guess we'll see. Well, some enemies do have melee, so when they're slowed down, their hitboxes actually are more dangerous because they are on your side of the field longer. Heal 43 when you take a spell? I don't know if that's a good thing. That is new. Sure, why not? I'll grab that. Healing is always good, I guess. I like the upgrade. Nothing for now, I guess. I kind of don't like cold medicine. It always heals you for 40, but a frost, I guess, is 150, so in total it'll be like 110. Assuming you hit every enemy with cold medicine, it's like, I guess overall it's profit, I guess. Overall profit. You know what, I forgot actually, since I'm not really, I already did the run where I didn't care, what spells I got. Let me put on Anima. Actually, Anima Animal from like Genshin Impact. Lost all names that just, I want to say just animal, These all sound the same to me. This one's also pretty alright too. Oh, but I can't buy it because, well, unless I sacrifice blood, which I don't want to do. I bought an upgrade, but I'm actually not sure what to upgrade. So I think I'll save it for now, actually. I'll save the upgrade. I'll use it later. Because I want to get like a good like frost spell if possible. Also, I can't do anything help. Do that. Do that. Do that, okay. So despite knowing the trick, I guess, the trick, if it's like one thing, it's pretty easy. You just pay attention to where they are and just kind of match it on your side of the field. Kind of like a reflection. But when there's two or more, then it gets complicated. Jam shield and jam your deck. I don't want to do that. Well, I don't want to do it at jams. Now this one I'm gonna skip even if it's new. I mean, you know what it does. It gives you shield. That's it. If you're doing a jam deck, then maybe it's more useful. Alright. Just Terra. Easiest like version, I still get hit by all of it. I never remember how to dodge those. It's always the diagonal attacks. It's always, for some reason, the diagonal attacks. Hurts my brain to think about. See, I don't know. Where do I go? Ah! I always think I dodge it, but then I don't. $200 shield is nice, though. Get poisoned. Do that. Didn't hit it though. Get like that. Oh, I didn't do anything. Whoops. Yeah. Help. Help. Get out of there. Just kill her. Alright. Oh yeah, I always forget, by the way, that you can actually activate the frost prematurely. I don't know if it does more. I think it does less damage though if you do that. I'm not sure actually. But let's spare her. But you can activate the frost premature. I forgot about that. By using Silice's dash attack. If you attack them while they have a frost stack, then you just do damage. But again, I don't know if it's worth it. Let's use the 2-2 like that. Use it more often to finish off enemies, by the way. I always forget that I can do that. But you can I can just dash into the enemies and shuffle because I have the, the 2-2 artifact that does 100 damage around me when I shuffle. The smog. Interesting. I mean, it's bad with hostages, but I'll get it anyway. I would like some mana regen, please. I'll go this way, actually. The dark version is not worth it. Don't get hit by that, please. Did get hit by it, though. A little bit. Meditate, Sweeper. No, I'm good. Don't need any of those, I feel like. See that. I believe I think it's these guys, right? You know, the Razor Leaf guys, Razor Leaf from like Bulbasaur, those like plant things. I believe they got nerfed as well. You know what? Just shuffle. Okay, just do that. You can't shuffle as often though, actually, because it does take time to shuffle your entire deck. Pull would be interesting if it had like cards that do melee range attacks, but I don't think I have that. Not really. I mean, Zenith technically, but no, I don't want to use Zenith that way. I can end up just hitting myself if I do that. So I guess not. But yeah, those plant guys that shoot a bunch of leaves at you. I believe the duration of how many they shoot has been nerfed. I believe. I think so. Maybe. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of that. Just with extra shields. We'll get poison. Ah, I got poison. Let's kill him. Sunglasses. 25% chance to create a frost explosion. Yes. I would like that, because that's a very good thing to have when you're focusing on freezing a bunch of enemies. Probably. Give me that money. Give me that money. Jam cost goes 1 mana. I mean, it doesn't hurt, I guess. Fling, Upwind, Ambient Burst. Don't like any of these, to be honest. Let's get all of those. If it's, again, if it's cards that I've already seen, I kind of just go a little fast because I've already seen them all. Pandemic. Interesting. I'm doing like a weird Poison Frost deck, even though I don't have the artifact that helps me with Poison and Frost, but I have it anyway. Ooh, mint tea though. Actually, a lot of these are good. I'll get them. I'm so boring when it comes to like RPGs. By the way, like any kind of RPG, like MMO or like single player, I always just go full passive. It's always as useful, Passive are just always useful, so therefore, I just always get them because no matter what, they're always available, So I don't know how you dodge that. I always just get like, if possible, just like more, give me more attack, just increase my normal attack. Don't give me anything special where it's like, oh, in this particular situation, if you activate this, you get like a 50% attack damage boost. Nope, I just get, and versus like a straight up 10% attack boost, I always get 10% attack boost because it's less to think about. Just get that easy. Again, the music is great, by the way. I've never, you know, I appreciate music much more these days. Well, not these days, but like most recently anyway. Because if you didn't know, I kind of made my own remix, I guess, based on a soundtrack from Genshin Impact. You know, I put it in the style of like a meme that's pretty popular, of someone making a remix of an Animal Crossing theme. It's called like, you know, No One Is Around to Help or whatever, which is also another remix that someone did as well. That's kind of based on that too, I believe, from the developers of A Hat in Time. They did like a similar video. Obviously, I'm not, you know, they have 5 million views. I'm not getting 5 million views or anything, but I consider it a success actually, because I got, you know, I got like at least I think 100 views. I could be overestimating myself, but you know, some people saw it and they liked it, so I'm proud of myself actually. Even though I've never really touched the song remixes ever, really, I just did it from what I've seen from other songs, you know, as much as I can, just to make it sound good, and you know, it came up pretty well, I think, for like a complete newbie anyway. So, you know, and now I actually kind of appreciate. Also, can I dodge that? I don't know if I dodged. I don't think I did. Help. Just die. Alright, give me the health. But yeah, I kind of appreciate what goes into like making a song now these days, because it's actually pretty complicated, you know? It's not just like, oh, you know, some people obviously can be lazy about it. Just put the song, make it like a little bit faster, make it high pitch, and maybe add a drum track, you know? That's basically Nightcore. But if you want to make like a good song, obviously, it's more complicated than that, you know? You gotta think about like when you gotta drop the song, when you gotta like build up to it. There's like different samples with sweeping, and like different kind of like, you know, when you think about the song, like when do you want the drums, when do you want certain instruments playing, how do you want the song to feel like? There's a lot of things, even a lot of stuff more complicated than that I can, you know, can't even comprehend myself still. That's just really good, or really cool, you know? So I appreciate this soundtrack even more now, because it's actually pretty good. It's like this is, not only does it sound good, but there's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes. You don't realize if you're not really into music, which I'm also not really. You know, I'm not really all that into music either, in terms of like technical skill, I guess. All I did was took like a few classes in high school. You know, I think I did guitar. I did a lot of classes. You know. It might have been a horrible idea, by the way, because obviously I'm not a musician at this point. But in high school, there was electives you could pick. You could like, I believe, I mean, well, it depends, I guess. But there was an elective that you could pick like math, for example, or chemistry, or like a, what was this? I forget what subject it was, like a particular subject in math, or stuff like that, you know. Or you could pick music. And what I did, I just picked like guitar, piano, and vocals, and that's all I did for the last 2 years of my high school. I think it was 2 years or 1 year. Obviously, you know, there was definitely the required ones, you know, like English and whatever else. I don't remember, history, stuff like that. Obviously, that's just the fundamentals. But there's obviously, you know, the further you go in high school, at least in my high school anyway, the more you can just pick whatever classes you want on top of that, you know. And I picked basically just all music classes, and also I guess one class of graphics design, which I didn't do so well in actually. It turns out I was really bad at it. But anyway, yeah, I should have picked math though. I guess that's why I'm so bad at math. That's the problem, isn't it? I'm just not. You know, I feel like either way though, I would have been not great at math anyway. I don't know. It's funny though, in high school, I felt like I was smart in high school. Shows what I know. Because I got straight A's and some B's, you know, I didn't really fail a class ever. I felt like I was pretty smart. But then you go to university and then, oops, turns out, nope. Turns out you were the smartest in that class, but not so much when compared to actual smart people, you know? When you think about it, people who actually go to university are probably the ones that are, pretty good at school and everything. Everyone's good at school, goes to university for the most part. So when you're comparing it to like actual, like everybody else, then not so much. And also just in general, university's pretty new. It's pretty stressful as well to get used to the schedule. Like there's a lot of things, I guess, apart from just pure learning. Anyway, I don't know, I'm getting distracted. Multi-tool. This is new, by the way. I don't have these structures, so I can't use it. So I guess I'll just get this. Poison valve. Why not? 8 times, yes. It's always a multiplication table. I don't know. It's just arithmetic. Technically, arithmetic isn't even... It doesn't encompass all of math anyway. People, when they say math, they think of, the multiplication table, addition, subtraction, but that's not really all math. That's just like one part of it, really. And I'm bad at that part, so it doesn't matter, I guess. All these multiplication tables. But I have a new strategy actually. When I thought about it some more, I have a new strategy for like at least the 8 times. You see, for 8 times, in my head anyway, all you need to do is double it, and then double it again, and then double it again, right? That's how it works, I think? I could be completely wrong. But for example, let's see, 8 times 7, it'll be like 14, 28, 56? So 8 times 7 is 56, right? I could be wrong. But I think that's what you do, right? So 8 times anything, rule of thumb, just double it like 3 times. So it's easier in my head. That's less complicated, anyway. I could be wrong though. I say that, I could be completely wrong anyway. What's next? I'm not sure. Just skip that. I actually don't want that. So I'm still halfway through this run. I felt like it was a century. Also, help. I hate these guys. These guys are pretty easy technically to dodge, but the pattern is like so simple. And yet I get murdered by them so easily as well. So that guy, I need that health, so I don't want to kill the nurse. Let's kill that thing. Help. Okay, give me that health. It's always those guys. There's always certain enemies that way. I always really bad at dodging. Those cannon guys, for some reason, they're so simple. They just shoot a few times and move up or down, but for some reason it's so hard. I think I'll grab that actually. Grab the glaive because it always hits its target, so it's nice. Do that. Do that, please. Ooh. Okay. No. Sometimes, what's happening? Actually, I'm not sure what's happening sometimes, by the way. Why do enemies explode? Oh, look at my artifacts again. Why do enemies explode sometimes? I'm actually not sure. Water wheel. What's doing that? Is it nerf gas? Or is it poison maybe? Poison only does 20 damage though. Unless I hit him with the poison dart too, I'm not sure. I'm not paying attention sometimes. I think sometimes they just explode for no reason. I'm not sure why. Anyway. Also, this is not really, by the way, this is not really a detriment. Well, actually, it sort of is actually. It says right here, it raises rarity, but also raises difficulty. So it was technically harder. I was gonna say, this health pass is because I get to choose what kind of health pass I want. And toggle, in the new update, I was thinking like, oh, I just started with 28 luck. That seems pretty easy. But no, I remember, yeah, luck is actually tied to difficulty, so it is harder, technically. It gets harder faster anyway. Look at this. Hine. I keep doing that wrong. So I gotta get used to Silicy. Still. I keep thinking like again, you're supposed to hit the thing, the dash. Oh, this one's well. It's just Silicie's face, so obviously it's good for her. Now Echo, interesting. It's 5 mana, but you activate it like 2 times. It might be good. This is like a horrible idea, but let's do it. That's my slogan for this game. It's a horrible idea, but let's do it. Actually, I want the health if possible. Ah, she died. Well, that's fine. At least I have the health. Oh, she died anyway, but whatever. At least I get the health. Hailstorm. Okay. That's 6 mana. It does give you some mana back though if you use it, so it's not too bad. But it seems really good though, because obviously it's more frost. Gotta freeze everybody. I better enjoy this? I guess so. I must enjoy it. I have no choice. She told me to enjoy it, so I must. Do that? Well, there's always like a delay, by the way. Whenever I Zenith is basically in my hand, because I'm like, what do I do? Oh yeah, and sometimes I don't even do it right. No. Ow. She always does like a homing attack as well when she does this, which is dangerous. Give me my shield, please. Well, Zenith here is actually pretty useful, so kill these things. Get them out of here, so don't worry about it. There you go. You have some cold medicine for your cold. Let's see. I guess move on here. Why do these runs feel like they take... You know, they're pretty short. Well, I mean, I also take pretty long, I guess, in general, because I always ramble a lot as I play them. I didn't mean to do that, but it works out. Sometimes these runs, I feel like they take so long. You know, they take like a million years. I feel like I've already done a full stream. I don't know why. But I didn't. It's not even like 40 minutes. I guess 40 minutes could be long though. Again, I definitely always, whenever I play any kind of video game though, I always, for some reason, take a little bit longer than the average person, I guess. It's only when I stream though. Again, it's probably because I talk at the same time. That's basically why. If I wasn't talking, then obviously the run will go a lot quicker, but then, you know, it'll just be the gameplay. Which, by the way though, I don't know how I would use it in the future, but I've learned how to, on OBS anyway, I've learned how to separate the commentary and the game now. I think I finally learned how to do it. I tried to do it before, but I didn't really know how to use it. But now I think I can. Trinity cast, doesn't really matter. But if I ever wanted to in the future, for some reason, again, I don't know how I would use it actually, but I can like just remove my voice if I really wanted to. You know, hey, some people might prefer that. But in case, like, I don't know, make it like a weird montage. I don't know if I'll ever have time for that, but if I ever want to like, just simply just remove my voice and just have the game itself, just, you know, by itself, I could do that, I guess. Viral transmitter though, this is new. Also, you know, timely, I guess, topical. It was already pretty I don't know, I think, well, the game was released in March. I'm not sure actually, I don't know exactly when, you know, well, I think it was during that actually, but then again, the game was in development before that. But there is a spell in this game that's basically pandemic, you know, so... But this one as well. When an enemy dies, transfer poison to another enemy. I guess. Sure, why not? That's why you should wear your mask, by the way. Kunais cost 1 mana but deal double damage. That's worthless to me. In fact, it might be a detriment sometimes, because some kunai builds are based on it costing 0 mana rather than 1 mana, so doing double damage is not that great comparatively. Though it depends if you have a lot of mana regen, I guess. I'll skip that. Even though I'm not using kunais anymore. Oh, here's Frostbolt, but finally just normal Frostbolt. It's just normal Frostbolt is nice. Then let's see, I'm trying to think, like, should I remove cold? Usually I like to remove cold medicine, because I don't like healing my targets, right? I just like doing like pure damage if possible. At the same time though, I do have an artifact that allows me to gain something from using a spell that costs 0 mana. It gives us flow, which is not super useful. I would like some flow cards in that case. I don't have any flow cards that will help me. Maybe the shield one, that gives you more shields the more flow you have. Otherwise though, yeah, I think I'll remove it. Just to get out of rotation, I think. That's a good idea. And I like to upgrade something. I like to upgrade Frostbolt. Sure. Hit twice, if possible. Sometimes hit twice, that's good. Let's see. Oh, I got the Trinity thing. Can't really use this, so I'll just put it out there. Probably a horrible idea. She's gonna yeah, she's dead, alright. Sometimes, with hostages on the other side of the field, you have all these spells you want to use, but... Ice hockey. Interesting. It's good, except for the fact that... Because I'm gonna fight the pacifist boss. It might leave flames on my side of the field, whatever, I get it. So I'm just thinking, like, because they're gonna move to my side of the field, sometimes it's gonna add flames to me, and that's not great, but whatever. That's fine. That's weird. My mana is not really keeping up, by the way. I need more mana regen if possible. Oh, that because Echo applies twice, so that's a lot of ice. Let's buy some stuff. Guys, some mana regen, please. Max mana. Apply frost damage though. Not too bad. I guess I'll get that. Mana regen. Okay, there you go. So mana regen. Code Stone is not bad. I have a lot of spells that cost a lot though. Let's see. More mana regen, please. And ooh, I would like this. No, I think I'll heal instead. I want this, but I can't afford it. I think I'll get a removal and then heal up, and then remove it. Because I always choose the packs. Well, is there not a reason not to choose the packs? I always choose the packs. Oh, I'm stuck. Help! Ah, that did a lot of damage. Ow. There you go. Air slash flurry. Flurry's cool. Ora. But not really useful for Silices. You can't stay on their side of the field for very long. More useful for maybe her other loadout, but actually maybe not though, because it does push enemies, right? Really only good for Terra, really. With like a particular combo with her. Alright, here's Shiso. Give me that shield, please. Super poison. Get super poison, by the way. I can do that too, Shiso. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. You know, whatever. Ah. I remember hating Shishos the most in this game, in the beginning. But now I just murder him. Impossible. It's like you know my every move, because I do. Because I defeated you multiple times in different timelines. I guess if, who's next, by the way? I think it's Reva or Gunner. Both of them kind of suck. I guess I'll fight Reva last. Reva's pretty tough last, though. But it might be balanced for the fact because I'm doing frost damage. I think frost damage does go past shields, which is kind of like Reva's thing, you know? But this might not matter, though. As a boss, she gets a lot of health anyway. However, I think you're just gonna die. Nurse, sorry, but you just die now. Let's see, turret, crossfire, collect ring. That's pretty good damage, despite it just is not supposed to. You're not supposed to throw it technically. Crossfire, but that's like another thing I have to remember. I would prefer shotgun though. If crossfire is all right actually, if you go to their side of the field and use crossfire, you actually do pretty good damage. Especially if you land on them. At least a flame though. Okay, that's bad because if you use flame, you'll do damage to yourself. So I'm not gonna get it because of that. But it does pretty good damage. If you use your dash, you go directly on an enemy. It actually hits for a lot because all of them hit at once. I think that's how it works. Z cell, poison damage applies fragile. Interesting. And shuffled artifacts trigger when you kill an enemy. Oh, okay. Not really useful for like a boss. Usually I always think, you know, in every game I always think of terms of bosses, especially in this game. I mean, you can die the normal enemies, you know, it's happened to me many times, but usually it's always the bosses that kill you. So if the artifact is going to help you do that, then, you know, what's the point? But I guess like a Z cell. It reminds me, isn't it like a weird cell in like Dragon Ball? Like a Dragon Ball Z universe? Like they retcon something about how like Super Saiyans, they need like some kind of cell to activate their Super Saiyan form or something. I don't know. It's kind of like midichlorians in Star Wars or whatever. Or like nanomachines in Metal Gear Solid. Once you kind of explain it, it's kind of like, it doesn't seem special anymore, right? Sometimes you don't want to explain too much, otherwise it just feels mundane. Unless you're actually, you know, going for that kind of story, I guess. Okay, well, I think I can, yeah, I can save the nurse without hopefully killing her, you know. So I'll get some health. There you go. Thank you. Slice! Interesting. Okay, this is what we saw before. It applies poison, which is good. Also applies 25% poison? That's weird. So it applies even more poison somehow, I guess. Sure, I'll try it out. It's gonna be like another spell I have to like keep in mind because I can obviously dash to their side of the field. But let's see, I guess. I might get rid of Zenith actually. Zenith, I see, this is what happens. Zenith is cool. It's just hard to remember how it works every time, so I forget and I end up using it wrong. There you go, just murder. Wah! Well, it does a lot of damage. Soul Link. Eh. That's good, I'll skip that. Yeah, I might remove Zenith actually. Next, if possible. There's a shop coming up, so I should probably do that. Go there, anyway. Ow. Ow. I'm being careful because I want that health, so. Normally I would just like Blizzard Storm everything, but I actually don't want to, you know, I don't like losing defense, even though it's such a small thing. I imagine if you actually like crunch the numbers, like it's worth it, but I don't want to, so. I always hate losing defense. I think I did it last time, but I feel like it's not worth it. Actually, I don't want to die. You know, I just don't want to die. Is that too much to ask? Oh, I mean, I hit myself. Ow, ow, ow. Let's go, guys. Too many. I can't see the right side of the field. Too many things going on. Just do it. Just do the thing. All right. Just do the thing. All right. We didn't come up with that unscathed, but ooh, interesting. Sure, why not? That code snap has a lot of upgrades on it. Gain max HP, we kill a hostage. Too late for that, by the way. I'll get more mana regen. Actually, make sure I can cast all my spells. I don't know I don't know the calculations, like how much mana regen you actually need, but when you summon something, okay, interesting. It's good for Hazel. Well, obviously I'm getting this med kit, at the very least. I'm getting a removal. I'm getting rid of Zenith. It's a cool idea. I hate using it though, so it's good for early game, but at this point, you know, 150 damage, not really worth it. Just to go on their side of the field and do the thing is like kinda not worth it. Let's refresh. Gain haste. Maintain shield, consume his card. I do consume a few cards. I think. Some cards are consumed, I think. Maybe? This one's consumed. Oh, it's probably better for a kunai build though. Or yeah. Max mana. Alright, I'll have a useless card at the beginning, just to get rid of that. Do this, do a bit of that. Code Snap. Code Snap is really good, because you can just use it whenever. Let's see, do this. Yeah, that works. Yeah, like that. And that. I missed. We're gonna go that way, so I'm gonna use my shield there. Okay. Get poison dummy. Take this. Just all ice all the time. Forever. Take that, and you're dead. Alright, final boss before, well, the second final boss will be Reva, I think. It's Reva, right? I'm trying to think. It was Reva, right? Ow, 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 ow. Oh, stop it. Stop doing that. It hurts me. It hurts my soul. Also, I unleashed that thing again. Oops. Let's activate this thing. It's for shield. Get rid of it. I gotta heal up. Hit self? No, I don't want to hit myself. Pyroblast. Not really useful right now. River. Not really useful right now. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Kind of want to. I don't want to risk it. You know, at this point. I mean, I feel like going dark version early on is pretty good, but later, because I just want to conserve health. I think I have enough to kill. I have enough to win. It's just I need to live. Living is important right now. No health. Also, I end up killing the hostages. Oh well. More useful if I had that thing where I get more health and kill the hostages. But boomerang. I kind of don't want to root. The problem with rooting is usually it's pretty good. It's just that sometimes if you root in a boss, they might. I said a million times. I feel like I've said this a million times in my previous playthrough. But if you root an enemy, they might mess up their pattern and make them unpredictable. And it's already hard enough to dodge their normal patterns, so making them even more unpredictable is like kind of a death sentence sometimes. Depends though. No, skip. I don't need that boomerang. I mean, if you could just one-shot them, you know, as you root them in place, then maybe. Otherwise, I want to save that lady. I need to save that nurse for the... Yeah, there you go. For the health. Limit break? I think I did one limit break build. That worked pretty well. That's interesting. Wait, was that like... How's that work? Wait, why is it... Oh, it hits in the cross. Okay, I didn't know it hit across. Did it always hit in the cross? I remember it only hitting in one space before, but now it hits in the cross. Interesting. You know, that actually does a lot of damage. I have like 10 mana. 10 max mana. It'd be like, yeah, 10 times 40. That'll be like 400 damage. Times 2 is 800. It's a lot. The only downside is that you have to stand still. Otherwise, it won't hit. You know, all of it won't hit, obviously, if it isn't on target. So, it's like a big, like, attack. So maybe I should have got that boomerang. Oh well. Oh, it says here, okay, if you have a fragile hit in the cross. Oh, okay, that's what it is. It's only if you have fragile. If you don't have fragile, then it doesn't work in the cross. Okay, I don't know if that was new or not. Maybe it was always the thing. Because I remember it always being just one space. Is it worth it? You know what? Go big or go home. I was on the verge of saying no. It's a horrible idea. What am I doing? I'm gonna lose. Oh well. At this point, I'm just gonna lose these random mobs, I feel like. They're getting harder and harder. So quickly. Now, as long as I put my spells out there, it's not too bad. Shot applies 100 poison. If you have fragile, double targets poison instead. Interesting. Backstab. You might hit yourself, which is not great. I don't like hitting myself. Sure, I'll get that. We kind of have this like weird like frost plus poison kind of build right now. Let's see, there's that. Get all the things. Trifrost, sure, doesn't really help me because I don't have Trinity. Fire Frost from Cast Jam. I mean, you know, they're all related to Frost, it's just that I can't activate them because I don't have the things that activates them. Shot deals damage equal to poison on target. Maybe. It might work. But it really is dependent if they have poison in the first place, which is not guaranteed. So, no, I'll skip it. I think I'll skip it because unless you're doing like a pure poison build, you're not guaranteed the poison, so I don't like that. I'm gonna skip it. You know, I'll increase max mana even more. Fresh the stock. Max mana. Shotgun's pretty good. Get a shotgun actually. I guess that's it. If I'm fresh, I won't have enough to buy anything. I can buy this though. You know what? I have so much max mana, might as well remove a little bit. So remove 1 max mana to get even more mana regen. There you go. Give me that shield. Oh, okay. This I gotta remember. I gotta remember the system, the Rever system. I remember making a chart for it. I remember. No. Oh, damn it! I still got hit. Whatever. Just do that. I got hit by all that. I'm gonna die because I'm so cocky. No. Stop it. Just die. Alright, good. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Can I reset that? I didn't mean to do that. I'm supposed to get a pacifist run as well, right? I don't think you can reset that. Oh my god. I was trying to go as much as I can to go to the next fight, but that cancels it out, I think. Because if you kill anyone... Oh, that sucks. The music is so sad. It reflects my own sadness right now. Because now, the one thing I wanted to do... I can't even check if it works, but... I was supposed to beat the game on Pacifist to unlock a new costume, but now I can't do it because... I accidentally killed Reva, you know? Because I had that spell that I guess would just continued even after she lost. Normally the bosses have some invisibility frames after you defeat them, but they don't last long. So I was trying to go as fast as I can to spare them, but it didn't work. God damn it. You know, I guess I'll finish the run. This is a big disappointment, actually. This sucks. It's not what I wanted at all. Whatever, max mana, I guess. I don't think there's a way to reset as far as I know. It's save and quit, but it doesn't really help, yeah. Whatever. Whatever, I guess I'll destroy this big giant thing. I don't even want to win. Because technically if you can win, quote unquote, but you don't really win. Because oops, I didn't even reshuffle. Because at the end of this, you know, ending, you just get murdered, so it doesn't really matter. Whatever, just hit things. I don't know. Press buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Just press buttons. I'm gonna lose despite this. Alright, well I won technically. Alright. 39 health remaining. I ended up doing the neutral run. You know what? It's fine. I don't want to be so negative about this. Just screw you. I'm dead. Well, that's an impossible fight because your run ends there if you do a neutral ending, which is basically if you do a combination of sparing and of killing. Because I actually killed Reva, it wasn't a complete pacifist run, so you end up finding that weird machine thing, and then you just get obliterated, and that's it. You don't get to go on, because I guess you can't half-ass it. Either you kill all the bosses, or you don't kill all the bosses. You can't half-ass it. Otherwise, you just get a neutral ending, which thematically anyway, isn't very satisfying. It is a unique boss, however, so you don't get to fight that boss unless you do this specifically, a neutral ending. But you don't get any credits. Oh well. Hey, again, at least I unlocked some cards though. What did I unlock? Paragon, hit in a diamond 4 tiles away. Slight, trigger shuffle artifacts. Haven, everything gains 60 shield. Okay. That sounds bad, because everything gains 60 shield. You gain 60 shield, but so do they. Doesn't really do anything. Unless you're doing, maybe you're doing like a poison build, I guess. Or you're doing any kind of build that doesn't require doing damage on top of shields, but and Sunder. Strike all enemies that have frost, apply 1 fragile. Oh, interesting. That's pretty good too. I wish I had that, during this run. There you go. It technically won? I didn't unlock the thing I wanted to unlock though. But oh well. I guess we'll try again. With another character maybe? I guess we'll see. Next time.